So we're looking in Forsyth County around Cumming. Obviously, there is some snow that's been falling in that general area. Not necessarily a lot as expected will accumulate on the tree branches. You might see a little bit there on some of the evergreen trees, but here's the deal. It's not so much that snow accumulating on the limbs could create power outages. The wind is gusty. Now, we're not expecting power outages to be a great concern here, but we do have some recently reported in Cherokee County, and the number has slipped my mind. You got the 2,000 customers without power in Cherokee County. So just be mindful of that this isn't necessarily a situation you want to be without power because it's so frigid and it's only going to get colder in the next 24 hours. So we're mapping the temperatures. We're mapping the snowfall. Look at how much more of the map is covered with snow than it was even just a few hours ago. I know when we came on the air at 5 a.m., it was largely locked up here farther north, and people were waking up and already starting to question if they were ever going to see snow. Well, most have at least seen something falling from the sky. It's really a matter of how much more do we get? And in these areas where there's been something of a break, do you have the opportunity to get more before the day is over? And as Alex Forbes pointed out earlier, we're getting snow even back into Alabama. So that is the western extent of it. That still has to gradually move eastward today, which probably puts us in line to have snow around for a little longer than it appeared we would when we were first going into this storm, because it was delayed a little bit here in really cranking up. Probably the culprit in power outages, I would assume, would be the fact that the winds have been increasing. And right now it's a 32-mile-per-hour wind in Canton, there in Cherokee County, 36 Atlanta, 33 in Carrollton. This also blows around the snow, adding to potentially poor visibility issues out there. And this is the heavier band that we're still tracking. We'll see how this moves and shifts with time. There is that sort of zone over Cherokee into portions of North Fulton that aren't getting much of anything right now, but it's spreading over Cobb County and northeast Georgia. You've had hours of ongoing snow with now things changing over toward Athens and Watkinsville as well. You can get a better sense for it here on the bigger picture of how far to the south this snow actually extends back to our west. And I want to show you this view because you can see sort of the two pieces of the puzzle we're working with here. Here's that low pressure winding up along the coast, and this disturbance is kind of coming around the bend, putting us right here in this zone where everything is kind of going according to plan, at least so far, with visibility down to about zero in Blairsville. It is not much better in Gainesville. These numbers will fluctuate throughout the day, as will the snow. So we're still going to hold steady on this forecast. I've said it before, I'll say it again. I know it's human nature to kind of focus in on the highest number on the map and assume that's what you're going to get in your neighborhood. It will vary a lot from one location to the next. So this is a dusting up to 2 inches of rain and roughly an inch or more right through the Atlanta area, with higher amounts to the east and especially to the northeast. So as we continue to track this, we've got some more updates coming your way in a few minutes. Ron and Elise.
More areas getting snow now. All right, Joanne, thank you so much. Now let's check the conditions there in Athens.
Yeah, which apparently things have changed since we last met up with.
Oh my, you have changed big time. Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, good morning, guys. Yeah, I've been pretty bummed because I've been here live in Athens since 3:45 this morning, and for the last 7 hours, there has not been any such snow. Well, ask and you shall receive. The snow is finally coming down here on Broad Street in downtown Athens. I've got a shovel in my hand to give you a little bit of a visual for what we've got right now. We showed you just a little bit of the ice from earlier from last week. It is very, very thick right now as the snow is coming down, sort of blending together with that ice, but we're seeing a lot more cars kind of driving around. The icy conditions on the roads themselves aren't that bad, but as many folks here in the state know, right here in Athens, the University of Georgia, the streets can be tricky with the amount of hills that are out here. Of course, the roads are very wet right now, but it looks like the ice really hasn't taken full effect as of yet. The University of Georgia has already taken some precautionary measures as far as what's going on today on campus. The men's basketball game against Texas A&M set to still take place at 1 p.m. tip-off at Stegman Coliseum. So hopefully the Dogs get the win, and hopefully students, faculty, whoever is in town is safe watching the Dogs this afternoon. But I think I'm just happy right now, guys. I've just been waiting for snow to happen. I didn't even know if it was going to happen at this point.
Wow.
We've been watching the forecast. Seems like everywhere else in this state has had snow except Athens, but looks like it finally happened. How about that?
It went from 0 to 100 real quick. There, Miles.
It did. It did. Yes.
That's wild.
Miles, thank you so much. Now let's check in with Good Day's Angelique Proctor. She's in Commerce.
Okay, and you know what, Angelique? It may be a tough act to follow.
It's going to be hard to beat that.
Right, it's coming down where Miles is. All right, we
she's
don't
not there?
have
We don't have
Angelique,
her.
so I think we might try to check in with her in just a little bit. But we do have Eli Jordan.
Yep.
He is driving north of Cumming.
All right, Eli, what are you seeing now? Okay,
Nope.
no, Eli's not there. Oh, all right, well, we'll get to him sooner or later.
We'll get to him.
Okay.
We're going to take a pause.
All right, hold on.
He is.
Do we have Eli?
This is live TV, y'all.
Oh, yeah. Oh, here we go. There's Eli.
Hey, guys.
Right there. All right, Eli, how's it
Hey,
looking?
Eli.
Hey, I was just on the Buford Highway off of 400, right where the Northside Hospital is. And it's a lot different. I'm heading south. It's a lot different than it is up north, but the snowfall is starting to get a little bit more intense. It's a little bit more vigorous. The snowflakes are smaller here. We had clumpier snowflakes up north around Cumming, above Cumming, and all that. But there's a big difference in the road travels here. I mean, the brines seem to have really taken shape here along 400, especially along the limited access areas. But the snow is starting to come down a good bit, a better clip than it had been. And so it seems like it's kind of inching its ways down south, pushing south a little bit. And we got some good blowing snow here, and it's not as accumulating right through here as you see. Like I said, the brines have done really well, and it's not as accumulating right through here as you see. Like I said, the brines have done really well, and Buford Highway right there, up north of it. I'm heading south, north of Buford Highway. The roads were had a lot more accumulation on them, but the plow trucks and the salt trucks, I've seen them going by several times, always in the opposite direction though. I never can get behind them, but I've seen them come up and down 400 through here. And so right now, this looks good, south or right at Cumming, south of Cumming, right at Cumming. But if you go north of Cumming, the roads are a lot more treacherous and a lot more dangerous. And I go about 30 miles an hour when I get north of Cumming. But south of Cumming, the brine is looking good, 400 is looking decent. It's just a wet road with a little bit of slush in the middle you might see here. But I'm still taking it easy, and but the winds are picking up along here, and it seems like we're getting a little bit more of aggressive snowfall here coming south of Cumming. Back to you guys.
Yeah, you still want to take caution, though, if you're out there on those roadways. All right, Eli, thank you so much. Now we have Angelique Proctor. She's in Commerce.
Yeah, and I'm glad because we want to see what conditions
Yes.
are looking like where you are, Angelique.
Well, good morning, guys. You know, I got to admit, I had a little snow envy initially after I was looking at like Dahlonega and Blairsville. But now here in Commerce, it's really coming down nicely. I think we are going to get a pretty good accumulation here. We're actually in downtown on Elm Street where traffic is moving. We've seen public works crews that are laying down salt and trying to keep the roadways and even the sidewalks in pretty good condition. It's been snowing now for about 2 hours here in Commerce, and we have run into a couple of people. We got now Jeffrey here. Jeffrey was actually doing his taxes, of all things, on this snow day. Tell me more about that, Jeffrey.
Well, I was at the house and I seen the snow flurries coming down, so I was like, well, I better get on up there and do my taxes if I'm gonna get them done this weekend, and so I'm here.
Now, you know, did you hear about the weather forecast? Did you know it was coming? Did you do anything to prepare?
I hadn't really done nothing to prepare. You know, we got stuff around at the house in case stuff gets bad, like a generator, you know, a radiator, you know. So, you know, we're just ready for it when it comes.
Now, you're actually driving around in this. What is it like? Because they keep telling us stay off the roads.
You know, they say that, but I seem to have the urge to get out and play in it when it does come. So, and I just use my head and think smart when I'm out there playing in in it or driving around in it, doing what I need to do. So I hadn't had no problems yet.
So you're telling me you're driving and playing in your car. That might not be a good thing to say.
Yeah.
Sounds kind of dangerous. But when you see a snow like this, would you say the little boy in you comes back out?
Sure it does. You know, this is a special time of the year. It don't come much, and when it does come, we like to enjoy it. So.
All right. Well, thank you so much for sharing with us. And we think that it's going to be pretty safe around here. Everything looks nice. I would imagine we have maybe about half an inch, maybe an inch, but it's still falling. So we'll see. Back to you in the studio.
He has a great attitude.
does.
If we're going to do it, let's just do it, right?
Safely.
Yeah, safely. Yes. All right, Angelique.
Thanks, Angelique.
Thank you. 10:48 is your time, and we're taking a live look outside now from 316 and a high.